I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But I just knew, I was like, I never wanted to be married.
I've actually compared her, Jada Pinkett, to R. Kelly without the underage part.
She's trying to embarrass him into divorcing her.
Actually sat down with Will and had a conversation. He gave me his blessing. And I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life.
In that moment, I felt completely confused. I truly had no idea how I was supposed to respond, but inside I came to an important realization. The truth is, I never genuinely wanted to be married in the first place. I've even heard people compare Jada Pinkett to our Kelly, leaving out the underage element. Some believe she has intentionally tried to embarrass Will in public to pressure him into ending the marriage. There are also claims that Will and I had a conversation and that he supposedly gave permission for certain things to happen. According to those stories, I invested years of my life into that situation. At this point, most people understand that Will and Jada's marriage has never followed traditional rules. Jada openly admitted she stepped outside the relationship, calling it an entanglement. But Brother Bilaal says that admission only revealed a small part of the truth. He argues that many more people were involved behind the scenes, including several very well-known names.
I saw some of the video. Mind you, when Jada at the house...
Was any of them allegedly MC Light?
Yes.
I just said that was just
why didn't you let me say that?
That was just my own opinion.
Come on,
I have no dog in this fight.
Oh,
But I
goodness.
always felt like in my opinion that her and MC Light kind of had something going on, and they used men, Will and MC Light's husband, to cover it up.
So,
and then we had a lady that came to sit on the show that said she saw MC Light and Jada at a known gay club for lesbians in Hollywood all the time.
So let me just put it like this, because the tapes are going to surface. The tapes are going to surface.
I don't want to watch them. That's illegal.
Oh, no, listen. Yeah, that's right. That's right. The tapes are, that's why they reported it stolen, but they didn't report me as the thief, right? But now let me tell you how I saw the tapes. So when Jada's home at Will house, not her other house, she allegedly has her wine. She has her something called Tushi. It's like a pink thing. It's popular in Colombia as well too, but it's like you get it's like that mix, right? It's big in Colombia, right? And she got her ayahuasca or whatever it is. And she got her mushroom. So she got her psychedelics, all this stuff. So she's sitting down here watching, playing with herself, and high as a kite, right? Not caring who's in the house, whether kids watching, nothing. She's in her own world. So that's how I was able to see the tapes. This is why she thinks I saw them, and I saw some things that were unreal, and I saw celebrities on the tape.
Ooh.
So, all right.
One of the first people he mentions is actor Alfonso Rivera. And my God, if Brother Bilaal is to be believed, Jada did some truly horrible things to him in the bedroom.
And in that video, he is begging her to stop, right? And she's telling him to shut up, right? And on that video, Jada had on Timberlands and a fitted baseball cap with the strap on it, right? And the reason why she got so much hate for Alfonso Rivera is because they dated way before. I'm not even gonna say dated, went it out a couple of times together, right? And allegedly something must have happened because Alfonso always had money. So back then Jada was broke, and you know that through your interview with Laverne.
Bilaal says he personally witnessed videos featuring Jada inside her own house. When he was asked directly if MC Light was allegedly part of the situation, he confirmed it without hesitation. He went on to claim that he believed Jada and MC Light were in a long-term relationship and that men were used to hide it from the public. He even mentioned someone who said they saw the two of them together often at a popular Hollywood club. Bilaal also claimed that recordings exist and that they will eventually come out. He insisted he had seen shocking things, including famous people in compromising positions. He described alleged drug use and reckless behavior, saying Jada didn't seem to care who was present. He also brought up actor Alfonso Ribeiro, claiming there were disturbing interactions between him and Jada that were captured on video. According to Bilaal, those recordings would seriously harm Jada's reputation if they ever became public. He didn't stop there. He also alleged that Tyrese was involved and that there are tapes backing up that claim. He named Charlie Mack as well, suggesting Jada was present during certain situations even if she wasn't directly on camera.
Tyrese was on there.
I'm so glad Tyrese ain't got no money to sue me right now.
And Charlie Mack was on there with Will. And allegedly, I would appear to be Tyrese with Will and Jada. Then the one with Charlie Mack and Will, Jada's not on it, but you can hear her say, make him spit up, period. So when these tapes come out, people will know I'm telling the absolute truth.
He continued listing more names, repeatedly stressing that everything he was saying should be taken as allegations. Bilaal maintained that once the recordings finally surfaced, the public will understand that he was telling the truth from the beginning.
I'm there. We're trying to talk through our problems at his birthday party. Me and Will are together trying to talk to all this stuff that's going on, this alleged hard drive that they think I have with all these people on it. Me potentially about to sue. Me about to expose the mutual NDA that I had with Bashir Gray.
So this was after my interview.
This was way before your interview. So
okay.
we've been going on for.
Because I remember, because she said, Jada Pinkett Smith specifically said in the Breakfast Club interview, we quote her words, that there's been some legal back and forth.
Yeah, we tried to work it out.
And you have text messages here from Jamal asking if Charlie wants to talk to you.
Oh, this is late. Oh, see, it's so much information.
To do a three-way call. I downloaded WhatsApp again. But go ahead.
Okay. So where were we at? What were we talking about? That just threw me off a lot. Damn. Oh, okay, yeah. So he invited me to his birthday party in King Richard premiere. It was a private screening. And at this is inside the legal paperwork of the civil harassment lawsuit against Jada. So she comes up to me, put her finger right in my face with her nail, right? And told me that I better stop telling her business, keep my mouth shut, or I was gonna catch a bullet and a beat down. So right there, that's already violence, right? And then it's already threats and everything. So I said, okay, no problem. I didn't say nothing. I didn't hit her. I didn't do anything. But I already knew that I was gonna make my move. So let's get into this lawsuit with Jada. So we talked about that one incident. We talked about her being embarrassed about the Tasha K interview that went viral globally. Okay. So that's one thing. Then Charlie Mack contacted my friend saying that Will and Jada wanted to pay me to write a retraction, and then him sending the retraction over to my friend, right?
And you said?
I said, no, I'm not gonna do it. They were ready to pay me the money in 24 hours.
Bilaal talked about what he described as ongoing legal conflict between himself and Jada. He claimed there were disagreements over supposed hard drives filled with private material. According to him, there were behind-the-scenes attempts to keep him quiet and stop him from revealing more. He recalled an incident at a birthday celebration where he says Jada directly confronted and threatened him. He claims she warned him to stop speaking out or he would face serious problems. After that encounter, he says he made the decision to take legal action rather than remain silent. Bilaal also alleged that people connected to Will and Jada tried to offer him money to take back what he had said, but he refused. Instead, he says he submitted sworn legal documents and is ready to deal with the consequences if anything he has claimed is proven untrue. He insists his only goal is to expose what really took place behind closed doors.
40 years. I put in here about where TMZ, listen what they did to me. Well, I already told you. So, but just for your listeners, Will's reps claim he didn't have sex with Dwayne Martin, right? And then inside the article, people can just go back and see it. TMZ put, oh, we don't even know if there's any connection between me and Will. Come on, man. Come on, TMZ. Y'all playing. Now, I'm reporting y'all to the FCC, right? Because y'all lying to people. You could have did a quick Google search and see, I got multiple movie credits with Will. I'm in the book, and if you go to my Instagram, that seals it right there.
TMZ is bottom page.
Right. So in my opinion, so in my opinion, they was giving TMZ a couple of those dollars. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now, so we thinking everything is over, right? After my accident, nobody's hearing from me. The Diddy stuff comes to light. Okay, so now everybody is separating themselves from Diddy. I go to my computer. I remember I went to a freak off party with Will. Well, I went to a party, but after the party became a freak off, right? So I send that out to every press person, right? Somebody picks the pictures up and put Will at Diddy's party. Will sitting up there.
Oh, you remember the naked girl?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. They was even freak off the naked girl.
Right, because they were saying, oh,
that was an all-white party.
Yep. I forget where it was at, but all I know is I had the pictures, and when I sent the pictures out, they were everywhere. Now, Will, then after that, everybody's going in. Now, I can tell you what happened.
He said on a stage with fake AI fans that he has never, ever been to a Diddy party.
Okay. And him and Diddy are not cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Jay-Z said that too.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Bilal also took aim at the media, accusing certain outlets of helping protect Will and Jada's public image. He suggested that some stories were purposely minimized or twisted to fit a safer narrative. He brought up alleged links to parties connected to Diddy and claimed that public denials about those events were not honest. He argued that the world only heard about one so-called entanglement, but says there were many others involving well-known individuals that never became public. According to him, powerful figures have worked hard to keep those secrets buried.
Within 1 year, it is my belief that Will and Jada will be involved with a actual case on a criminal level. And I'm gonna say that once again, just so everybody clear. Once I finish the lawsuit and once I finish this civil harassment thing with Jada getting all the discovery, all the interrogatories and giving them to the federal government and also giving it to the assistant attorney general, somebody's going to jail. Somebody. That's my belief. So all this is going on, but it's going to be criminal. Right now, it's all civil.
Bilal went as far as predicting that within a year, both Will and Jada could end up facing criminal investigations tied to alleged sexual misconduct. He believes that once lawsuits progress and evidence is handed over to federal authorities, serious legal trouble could follow. One of the most talked about controversies involving Jada happened when she admitted on Red Table Talk that she had a relationship with singer August Alsina while she was still married to Will.
From there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
Over time, she eventually referred to that situation as what she called an entanglement with August.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely.
Will pushed her to be clearer, and she finally admitted it had been a full relationship. That conversation went viral almost instantly, racking up millions of views in just one day. Many people felt Will looked deeply hurt and embarrassed, while Jada appeared calm and in control. Jada first met August Alsina in 2015 when he was dealing with major personal struggles. She said she tried to support and help him heal, but their bond eventually turned into something romantic. Comedian DL Hughley later criticized the entire situation, arguing that it had an inappropriate and predatory element because of the power difference between them.
And my daughter had a friend who she brought home from college and she lived with us, right? And she needed a place to stay. And she lived with us, and I accepted her as my, now she's been there so long and we've known each other so long, that she's literally like my daughter. Imagine me and my old lady, me and my wife break up, and I start messing around with her.
Yeah, because August Alsina was Jaden's friend,
right?
Who he brought to the house.
So I think it was, and I'm not, look, I ain't in nobody's business to say things, but when they were talking like, well, he was sick and he was mentally sick and he was emotionally sick. Now, that's predatory.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually compared her, Jada Pinkett, to R. Kelly without the underage part. And people got really mad. But without the underage part, what's really the difference?
Let me tell you something. If you're sick, like he's physically ill.
Yeah.
He's emotionally, and then the damage you do. Like, this dude was talking about killing himself, right? So it isn't just you having an affair or whatever you do. It's that in your wake, because you felt bad, that dude was stuck behind you.
Still is.
And you can't tell me that if that were Will, he'd never be saving the world again. I don't understand. Like to me, that if somebody is mentally ill, they are physically ill, they are compromised in some way. You financially support them, and then that is the whole reason that the Me Too movement exists, because people leveraged
their power
and
money.
influence.
Hughley compared it to an older man becoming involved with a much younger, vulnerable woman. He pointed out that if the roles had been reversed, the public reaction would have been far more intense and negative. He emphasized that August was emotionally fragile and independent at the time, which made the relationship troubling in his opinion. He concluded that whenever one person holds financial, emotional, and social power over another, it creates an unhealthy imbalance that should not be ignored.
Kind of like a cuckold right now.
Yeah.
Because honestly, when August said, and Will gave me permission, that's when everyone just said, oh, God.
Well, it went from August Alsina to August Alteller. First off, let me tell you something. If I let you my wife, don't me too. I'm not then ready to shut up. But that's what happens when you are. What was the best result that could have happened from a young, mentally unstable dude? What did you think would happen?
There's pictures of all three of them, like hugged up on each other, taking pictures.
Fuck that, I can't do it.
She's parading him around.
I can't do it.
On red carpets with him.
I'm not that. Look here, I ain't built that way.
Yeah, I feel you.
Now, I'm not going to say it couldn't happen. I'm not saying what I forgive or not forgive. What I wouldn't be doing is sitting my ass up there while you make me a fucking meme. That ain't happening.
Hughley also made fun of the idea that Will had supposedly approved of the relationship, saying the whole situation only made Will appear humiliated to the world. Comedian Lunel shared similar concerns, describing August as a wounded young man rather than a villain, and saying he was emotionally harmed by what happened.
He was already mental when she got him. Fragile, to say the least. He'd been through, he had a terrible relationship with his mama.
Health problems.
Health problems, lost his sister, lost his brother, had his kids, got their kids. He was fragile when she got him. Jaden brought him to her. Jaden.
Oh, Jaden?
Brought him to the home.
Oh, really? That's how he even got in the mix? Oh, man. This gets more interesting by the day.
That's word on the street.
Word on the street. Right.
And, in whatever Will's agreed upon dalliances may have been, you don't hear none of his chicks talking. And Willow didn't bring home one of her little girlfriends, and Will started smashing her.
Allegedly.
I ain't heard no R. Kelly stuff about Will Smith.
Well, I'm not saying underage, but I'm sure Willow got friends over 18.
I'm sure that Will gets his own motherfucker. So he don't need his daughter to wrangle no bitches for him. But when you take upon a role of mentoring somebody, which I don't know when Jada became the Earth Mother of the world, but okay. Last I checked, that was the chick who set it off, and Cosby Show and stuff like that. and doing some great acting, and we love Jada, the action hero. She's like a little action hero. But I don't know when she turned into, this guru, but if that's the role you're gonna play, then it's not fair to take a boy who's dealing with all that.
She pointed out that August was already dealing with pain and instability before he ever became close to Jada, and that the affair only made his problems worse. Luno argued that if Jada had positioned herself as a mentor, crossing the line into romance was careless and irresponsible.
He made a song called Entanglement, where he's basically mocking Will. Talking about, I'm doing things that you can't do and this, that, and the third.
No doubt.
And then he said that Will gave him permission.
Well, just like Jada said, can't nobody give you permission to do anything but you. If she would have done it with or without his permission, probably.
I mean, Will crying though on that table, like that Will.
I had already cut it off by then.
The Will, which is replacing the Jordan crying meme. The Will crying meme.
I never saw. I couldn't take it.
Couldn't see it. No, you've never seen the Will crying meme?
No, I didn't stay that long.
But did you actually see the picture I'm talking about?
No. Why, you got it?
Of course I got it. Oh my God.
This is gonna replace the Jordan crying meme?
Of course.
Oh man, I ain't seen it. Will.
You've never seen this?
I did see that.
You did see it. I'm gonna say, you can't be on the
I
internet.
didn't want to see it.
Both comedians agreed that if Will had engaged in the same behavior, the backlash would have been much stronger. Dr. Umar Johnson later added his perspective, offering a theory about why Will and Jada have stayed together despite everything.
From what I've heard, they do not have a prenuptial agreement. If that is true, that Will does not have a prenuptial agreement, that helps to understand everything that's transpiring. I believe the reason he's still with her at this point is to safeguard his estate, which he should. And I think the reason why she's being so disrespectful, blatantly disrespectful, bringing up Tupac's proposal, why is that coming up now? Saying Chris Rock tried to hit on her. Why is that being said to the public after this man and your husband got into an altercation at the Emmys? From what it looks like on the outside looking in, and I have nothing against Jada at all. Obviously, I'm a Will Smith fan. Only actor in American history to garner 10 consecutive #1 box office hits. Nobody has ever done that, not even Denzel. Will Smith is the only actor to do that in American history. And on top of that, he's the first rapper to win a Grammy. So his place in history is etched solid. And I just think it's an unfortunate situation because he's been through a lot of things in his life. I never met him personally, but obviously he came out with the book detailing his situation. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but of course I get the reports from it. And I just think it's unfortunate what's going on because on the one hand, you have a man who doesn't want to get took to the cleaners by a woman who really didn't help him build his brand or his name. And on the other hand, you have a woman who says to herself, arguably, I gave you 2 children. I was here for the journey, although I may not have had anything to do directly with your success. I was still your emotional comfort. I was still your wife, your confidant, your partner. And I think she wants out the marriage, and I just think she's going at it in a very dysfunctional way. I think she's trying to embarrass him into divorcing her.
Dr. Umar claimed he had heard that the couple never signed a prenuptial agreement, which he believes could be a major reason they haven't divorced. He suggested that Jada wants to leave the marriage, but is trying to push Will to make the first move by embarrassing him publicly. He argued that Will is trying to protect his wealth, while Jada may feel entitled to half of everything after so many years together.
When they were being interviewed and someone said something to the effect of marriage or divorce, I forget the question or the comment, but Jada responded by saying, quote, "It's cheaper to keep her." I think they said, "Why are you two still together?" And it was in a joking way. They weren't being, there was no animosity. They were not being adversarial. It wasn't even a serious conversation. It was very laid back and relaxed in a joking dialogue. But the person said, Why are you guys still together? And Jada Pinkett Smith's response was, it's cheaper to keep her. He didn't say that. She said it. And I think that speaks to the fact that there was no prenuptial agreement.
Wow, man. So you think she's making all these comments intentionally hoping that he'll divorce her?
Absolutely. If you're not going to let me out of this marriage and give me half of what I feel I'm entitled to, because that's, the American way, women get half of the man's estate even if they didn't help him build it. And no disrespect to Jada, there's a very strong possibility that she helped Will get to where he is. I really can't see how, because he was always talented. I remember going to a Will Smith concert right here in Philadelphia down at the Spectrum. It was Will Smith, New Edition was the headliners. It was Will Smith, Jazzy Jeff, Roxanne Shante, UTFO. I was a young blood back then. And I still remember Will when he was a rapper on stage. And once he went to Fresh Prince and then Independence Day and all those movies he was just a hit. The man was a hit. Every movie he put out, garnered billions of dollars at the box office. So, but again, I want to be respectful to her. That's a marriage. There's some things behind the scenes that we don't know about where she could probably argue that she played a significant role, in his development as an actor. I don't know. Or as a businessman. But from the outside looking in as a Philadelphian, I don't see that. And I really just feel it's a situation where he's not going to give up half of what he has, and she's going to continue to antagonize him with the belief that if she gets on his nerves enough, he might let her out of the arrangement.
He pointed to Jada's statement that it's cheaper to keep her as proof that finances play a huge part in the situation. In his view, she is deliberately applying pressure so that Will eventually gives in and files for divorce. Many critics also note that Will and Jada's relationship originally began while Will was still married to his first wife, adding yet another controversial layer to their history.
I really didn't want to get married, but
we only got married because Gammy was crying.
I was under so much pressure, being a young actress, being young, and I was just like pregnant. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do, but I just knew. I was like, I never wanted to be married.
Jada later admitted that she never truly wanted to get married and only went through with it because she was pregnant and felt forced by circumstances. For a lot of fans, that admission completely changed the way they saw the relationship, making it seem like it was built more on pressure than real love. Do you think more revelations about Jada will come out in the future? Share your thoughts below.